All right, guys, what's up? How the heck are you? We've come. I got a late start. I forgot about this stream. I'm a bad boy. Do do do. Do 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 do. Dun dun dun. How you guys doing today on a Tuesday? I just got back from St. Vincent's thrift store. They were having an outdoor sale, all the crap they're trying to get rid of and liquidate the prices. It was like $10 for a shopping cart. Stuff it as high with stuff as you want. It was mostly a bunch of old Christmas junk and broken snowmen and stuff. It was kind of cool. I found some books that might be worth some money. I'm going to look them up on eBay and try to sell them. E-dee-dee-dee. Come on, Lord. Go to my analytics and then we'll get started. I don't know how many of you guys knew our friend Tanya Z. She passed 2 days ago, I believe, maybe 3. I just know by when the tribute stream started popping up. Dun 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 dun. Oh my goodness, there you are again, you little turkey. You've been naughty. I should spank you for those comments. This is boring as fuck. How dare you say that? You're bad. But yeah, this will be a boring stream. I didn't know her super well, so I don't feel very qualified to make this little, not a eulogy, but just speaking after the fact. But she had an incredible knowledge of music. She would play these silly, funny parody songs just to make you smile. She always had the right word to say. Her and I got in a fight on panel one time. Now I don't even remember what it was. Probably nothing significant, But I feel bad. And then we forgave each other and stuff. But she introduced me to a lot of people on here, like Keita May, who I collaborated and wrote songs with. If I ever do panels again, she'll be the first one that I have on panel because she's like one of the few people I trust on here, like thoroughly. But yeah, it was a great place for music lovers. We sung duets. I tried to stump her with musical knowledge, and I think she knew more than me. I think she was between 60 and 85 years old, but I have no way of really knowing. You're gonna make me sad, you little turkey. I'm gonna smack your butt. But like, she loved Pink Floyd. I think that was her favorite band. I think she liked the Doors. But yeah, if you guys, we got 6 in the chat. Sound off in the chat. Let me know where you're at. Let me know your finest memories of Tanya Z. But it just is be kind of generic. It's just a small reminder that life is short and it's crazy. Some people on YouTube way too long and it becomes a thing and they'll just get fighting with people and then they complain like, oh, I can't trust anyone. Because a lot of people on here are selfish or they've got severe mental disorders like me. Oh, really? You think I'm pretty? I'd rather be handsome. PYT, pretty young thing, he. I haven't heard that song in a long time. I forgot he had a duet with Paul McCartney on there. I've seen Paul McCartney live a couple times, but I never got to see Michael Jackson when he was alive. like I said, I played Michael Jackson in my church play, so they gave me the Thriller cassette, and I didn't want to return it. And I didn't have a dual cassette deck, so I couldn't make a copy of it on a blank tape. So I just like basically stole the tape. Um, hey man, what's up? Did you know Tanya Z? Did she come on your panel? On the air with you, as you say. I love you, Sam, how you say that. I say that too. I'll catch myself because, you know, you and me are a couple of old timers. We remember real terrestrial radio before they had to add that descriptor in there. Oh, you don't have to kiss my rear end. I appreciate you. But she was a feisty old gal. She drank a ton. I don't know what her cause of demise was. Um, you know, I get uncomfortable discussing that and dissecting that. But what else could I say about her? Oh, she called everybody Turbo, which I thought was the greatest thing ever. She reminded me of like an old time diner waitress from like the 80s or before. It's like, hey, get you a cup of coffee there, Turbo. And she made everyone feel special. And then I realized, oh, she just doesn't want to have to remember everyone's name, and that's an easy way to do it. I thought that was pretty great. I am giving a eulogy for my friend Tanya Z. She just passed away a couple days ago. Um, but her channel was a resource for people to come together and just crack up and listen to music and be silly. I don't know if she was involved with much drama. I knew she fought with a few people here and there. Hey, Turbo. Good to see you there, Turbo. So I just called her Turbo right back. You know, but Keita May, my collaborator, this beautiful songstress, she sings and I think she plays guitar. But she really took it hard. She said she was Turbo's friend from like 17 to 25 or something. She's only in her 20s now. But I was like, holy cow, it's a long time to know somebody on YouTube. I sung my heart out both sides now and only got 2 thumbs up, so it took it down. Dude, you know what, Sam? It is algorithm based. I'm totally realizing that. I got to tell you, I did a couple things on here that I worked my rear end off, and I thought for sure they would do well, and they only got 1 or 2 views. It's because of the variety of the content, not the actual quality of the stuff. You know. Shut up, Amy. Oh. Yeah. What was I gonna say? But I got the algorithm to switch over. Now when I do, you should check out my shorts for my acoustic songs. They're getting between 300 to 2,000 views within the first 2 hours of uploading them. So I flipped the algorithm back around. So now when I try to do topical streams, I'll get 10 views max. But when I do my concert streams, I get a base level of 1 to 200, and then whatever it goes on from there to earn. You know. So don't give up. If you really want to sing, create a separate channel, and I guarantee those same songs will do hundreds of views. The algorithm, it gives first-time creators a little shot of adrenaline and encouragement because it can market you in all these ways that you couldn't do yourself. But it has like a backlash, and it has a negative aspect to it. So that if you're like me and you want to do a bunch of stuff where you create a script and you spend an hour working on each stream, you're not guaranteed to get that value for your time and get that back rewarded to you in proportion of equal measure, you know. I'm lagging because my Wi-Fi is horrible. I need to get one of those stupid mesh Wi-Fi systems where I plug it in all the little plugs and the signal bounces off of like a dozen little things to amplify the signal. I was just going to get one of those plug-in antennas, but somebody said the mesh Wi-Fi thing is way, way better. Oh, thanks, man. Well, you haven't seen my new stuff. My new stuff is 10 times better than my old stuff. Somebody got me $1,300 worth of professional audio equipment. So I use that in my concert hangout streams. The only thing I have to learn now is like CapCut, so I can take the best songs and make them separate and cut them out of the stream and then leave the full length up for people that miss the that just the replay crew and want to see the whole thing. But yeah, I know how to edit within the YouTube studio and just take out the pauses and all the other crap, but I don't know how to actually extract a song and make it into a separate video yet. I'm sure it's not that hard. Joni Mitchell, yeah, she's great. No, Sam is a famous streamer. He's very special to me. He's one of the people that befriended me the first when I came on here. Not really, because I changed channels so many times and I changed my name 1,000 times. Nobody could keep up. I thought I was being creative when I changed, but the algorithm just goes, slow down, bucko. So now I'm just going to keep all my same stuff and just try to make more out of it. Not change every little aspect of things all the time. Poor little Revis. He's great on the air except when he isn't. That was my favorite line that you did. But yeah, I'm slowing down already. I gotta get my smoke on and start unwinding with my industrial songs. I'm going through the history of industrial music from the late 70s into the like 90s and early 2000s. When it got guitar driven, it became more stagnant and more just pasteurized and homogenized. It wasn't as creative. I like the old clattery stuff where they're literally banging on pots and pans and everything around them. They're being resourceful. They're adding all these layers of chaos and instruments and just building on it. Yeah, everyone else liked that song, and he was the only one that didn't. But then a certain somebody that was against him used it on her channel, and then he associated me with being against him based on that. And that was never a thing, you know. So because of the context of the song in which it was played, yeah, Trent Reznor. But see, the stuff in the 80s was even better than the 90s, like Throbbing Gristle and all these underground bands. They didn't care about mainstream success. They just wanted to make the most creative product they could, you know. Cleveland? Maybe. I thought they were a California band. I saw them live and they had a real drummer and he was having to play these really complicated techno industrial beats, whereas on the record sometimes they'll just use the beats and no like live acoustic drums. So he was just going crazy and I was like, what? Shut up, I can talk if I want. Yeah, and it was all stuff that he had said about himself in his stream. It wasn't meant to be offensive. Um, you know what I mean? And even people that don't like me have kind of given him a little nudge and been, you know, you really should get a sense of humor about this song. And he was like, screw it, he's racist, blah, blah, blah. But I think he just did that to cause drama or to just be funny in his own way. I don't think he was genuinely offended. It could be wrong. But I actually lost sleep over that. I was really upset because when I make something for somebody, I want him to like it. I thought he would play it as an intro to his show, and I couldn't have been further from the truth, you know. You know, he was originally like a saxophone player. I saw one of his stuff from his old band as a teenager, and it was really weird. He played some brass instrument, maybe trumpet, and he was actually really, really good on it. So I think he knows music, and I think he arranges it for his band. Kind of like Michael Jackson. Doesn't play an instrument on stage, he just sung, but I think he knows how to play guitar and knows music theory and all that stuff. Honey. Yeah, there's no way to anticipate somebody's reaction on here. I don't know. But that's back when I was popular. Now nobody knows who I am, and it's cool. Everybody that jumps in now that comes to my Bible studies or my topical streams, they're all new people. There's no OGs or anything. People that subscribe to me don't come to my streams. I think they don't click the bell notification because when they do come, they'll be like, oh, I never knew you went live. Do you still go live once in a while? I'm like, yeah, I go live 3 times a day just with totally different things and topics. And, you know, I like to try things out to see. Yeah. He rented the thing. All right, Sam. Have a good day. That's about all I wanted to say. If you guys have any fun memories of Tanya Z, let me know. I'm trying to be more topical and stick to the topic as a matter of discipline. But usually I've got about 10 minutes in and then I blow my load, so to speak, and I get like tired. But I've been walking around thrift stores all day looking for cool stuff, looking for Under Armour stuff. Sometimes they don't know what they have when they put it on the rack, and they'll just slap a little $1 sticker on there, and the shirt will be worth like 35 bucks, you know. But this one thrift store was crazy. They had 7 huge rooms. They had all this old workout equipment and stuff. I didn't have time to go through it all. I was with somebody else. But I got lost in the store. I couldn't find my way out, and they were laughing at me. But I got to get back to thrifting. I don't have much money to spend. But what else is going on in my life? Within the next 3 months, I might get some semblance of a real job going to bring in a little more money. Because right now I'm barely making like 20 bucks a month. Goes to bills, so I have to figure that out somehow. But it's a whole process. I've got on a good medication that's stabilizing my thoughts and my personality and my abilities. But the last 3 years, it was up and down. I would wake up and feel like a different person every morning, and I just didn't know how to quantify that or explain it. Even to some of my best friends, they were like in the dark, and I got really self-conscious and nervous and scared, and I'm just trying to work through that with my doctor, my therapist, and everybody. I've got half dozen surgeries just this month alone. I'm looking forward to, yay, getting older, and some other stuff, but God is helping me through it all. I hope I can give stuff to you guys to keep you bumping along. But I'm not guaranteed to be entertaining. I'm only going to take on, as far as my topical streams, I'm only going to do the stuff I'm super passionate about. If it's just something that's current, I won't just launch into a diatribe about it just to try to get a couple extra views. I don't like that stuff. Let me see what's going on. What's going on? But yeah, I think I have a bright future with streaming. It's just taken me a long time to figure out some of the other stuff. Come on, Lord. Now my Wi-Fi is toast. Tell me if it's refreshing. I'll keep this thing running another 5 minutes so people that can share their memories, questions, comments, critiques, or insults, I can take it all. Just be kind to each other in chat. That's all I ask. This is a safe space. It's a hobbyist channel. We mostly do acoustic hangout streams on all request. Take on some topics. We do some stuff about ADHD, some Bible studies. And that's what we're trying to put forward on this humble channel. I might do an all music channel if I was smart, because my shorts are getting thousands of views, and my other content, which I'm just as passionate about, isn't quite doing as well. Whenever I have a thought that I think is unique and I want to preserve it, I grab the phone and try to document it when I can while it's still fresh in my little cranium. Come on, Lord. 14 views. No, this is my least successful stream so far, but that's okay. But yeah, you can't be all about views on here, because you can be the most talented, most diligent person in the world and still run into some snags on here. What else can I say? But yeah, some people, when they leave YouTube, people go, oh man, I hope that person's okay. But sometimes I think they should be saying the opposite. They should be saying, hey, I hope I'm okay. They probably left to greener pastures. Meanwhile, I'm spending way too much time online, blah, blah, blah. And it's a relatively new phenomenon to a degree. Like, not enough research has been conducted to show how much is too much with some things. But addiction can take many forms, and it can often sneak up on you. What started with me, I saw somebody spurging out a panel, so I started laughing uncontrollably. Well, the next day I became addicted because that's all it took. But I didn't think I was doing anything wrong, you know. But then I started interacting in the chats and digging myself in deeper. And I think with interactive entertainment, we could think that we're building our brain or participating in a more helpful way than we actually are. And that could be dangerous too, or just lead to complacency, be kind of neutral. I know it sounds like a stuffy old man, and I'm like the most colorful liberal guy in many ways. I'm very playful. Most people think I'm still in my 20s. Every day I work out and do somersaults and jump around with my guitar and sing like Billy Idol and scream at the sky. Try to wrangle my passion and corral myself to mixed results. But I got some really good emails I'll share with you guys later that tell me to keep going when it gets tough. So this one lady was like, "You have no idea how much your music touches me. It just flows out of you in the most gorgeous manner. Sometimes it's feast or famine. Sometimes I'll get mad and throw my guitar against the wall, which could be amusing in and of itself. But I'm getting better with practice, and I didn't think that I would in my 40s. Just because you do something every day, you're still not guaranteed after a certain age to get more mileage out of it, especially with ADHD meds being what they are, being so unreliable. But God has a plan for each and every one of us. We're not created for no reason. It sounds like a Christian tinted glasses, or it sounds romanticized, or like a bunch of mumbo jumbo, but I think it's true and pure. All right, guys, I'll see you on these YouTube streets. Oh, Amy, oh, Amy. But yeah, you guys have seen my slow maturity process on here. Meanwhile, I'm 100 years old. I should have been matured 10 years ago, and by my estimation, right? God does everything on his own timeline. Silver and gold have I none, but what I do have, I can offer it up to you guys, and I hope I can help or get through to at least a half a person on our person here. Anyway, like and subscribe, but more important than that, click the bell notification. Change it from personalized to the all setting, the first setting on the top. When you do that, when you subscribe to everyone, not just me, but that lets you know whenever that streamer goes live, it'll send you notification. But if you don't click the bell, it'll either not notify you at all or just pick and choose what it wants to promote. And it won't even be based on your personal preferences or what it thinks you're going to like. It'll just be like blink, very sporadic and random. So you got to do that. And I'm a hypocrite. I forget when I subscribe to a new friend or a new amazing channel. People come here all the time like, I didn't know you went live. This is so amazing. But I need you guys to come to my real streams where I sweat it out, where I really work hard. If they suck, they suck. But I need the feedback. And I guarantee if you guys like my off-the-cuff streams, my prepared streams are 1,000 times better. They just are. And some people are like, it might be stuffy. I like the personal attention he gives me here. No, I'm in a much better mood on my real streams, and I give 10 times more attention to my chat just because of that good mood. So try me on for size is all I ask. If I suck, just say, hey, don't quit your day job for what it's worth, and I won't be sad. All right, guys. Peace.